As the man in the relationship, it is your duty to protect your woman's feminine energy. You do this by removing as many masculine responsibilities from her as you possibly can. You see, when your woman is loaded down with tasks, making decisions, and always working, it puts her into a state of fight or flight mode. When you step in as the man and she is receptive to your leadership and you start taking care of things, this creates an environment for her nervous system to relax, and then she can lead from more of a feminine place.
So how do you have the relationship status talk without sounding desperate? So here's what you cannot do. No ultimatums, no begging, and no saying, so what are we? Sis, that's not a conversation, that's a crisis. Here's what you're going to do instead. You're going to look him in his good eye. You're calm, you're confident, you're in your feminine energy, you're smiling, and here's what you're going to say. Boaz, I've really enjoyed getting to know you, and I'm looking for a relationship that's headed somewhere meaningful, and I just want to check and see if we're aligned. And then you get quiet. And here's why that matters. It matters because it keeps you out of desperate energy. It's not about what is he going to do. It's about what are you going to do based on his response. And a quality man is going to respect that you're not sitting around waiting to be chosen. You're trying to decide if he deserves the spot, okay? For more tips, make sure you get my free guide.
So you have to really look at it from the standpoint, the vantage point of the man on the first date. He's going to drive. He's going to pay. He's going to have to do a reminder. I text you, I'm coming. I text you this, text you that. I'm going to have to pick the restaurant. And really, honestly and truly, these modern women are doing nothing. He's carrying the entire load. And they continue to say, well, I'm doing it because X, Y, and Z. You're going to want a man to continue to do this. Basically, you want a man to continue to carry the load throughout the relationship.
The issue with men today is you want her to treat you like both a poor man and a king. You want her to pay half the bills, but you also want her to be grateful that you pay half them too and treat you like the king of the castle she's paying for. You want her to treat you like an idiot and a genius. You want her to cook the meals and plan the dates because she's better at it. You want her to treat you like a child and a god. You want her to pick up after you and remind you to see the dentist and book your appointments. And then she's just supposed to be in the mood just because you are? You want a woman who's emotionally regulated and responsible and holds herself accountable. Also respects you when you're emotionally unregulated, irresponsible, and unaccountable. You want her to trust you and rely on you. She can't trust you, and you're providing nothing for her to rely on.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
You ready? Reservations in 20 minutes.
Yeah, can you grab my jacket from the car?
It's right by the door. You're closer.
Ethan, seriously, you can't just get it for me?
I'm putting on my shoes. You're standing still.
A gentleman would just do it without being asked.
A full adult would grab their own jacket.
Wow, so chivalry really is dead.
Sure. Question. Did you pay for half a dinner last week?
That's different.
How?
Because the man is supposed to provide. It's traditional.
And traditionally, what's the woman supposed to do?
I'm not about to be some 1950s housewife if that's what you're implying.
So, traditional roles for me. Modern freedom for you.
Certain things are romantic, like a man taking care of things.
Taking care of cooking, cleaning, planning, those traditional things.
We both work, Ethan. That's outdated.
But paying for everything isn't?
You're being ridiculous.
I'm just trying to understand the terms and conditions here.
You know what your problem is? You keep score.
No, I just read the fine print.
This is exhausting.
Modern women don't really know what they want, right? You want a man to take the lead in a relationship, but then you want him to also respect your independence. I'm independent. I don't need nobody. I want you to be decisive, but don't be so decisive that I can't be independent. You got to be so decisive that you got to know when I don't want to be independent. And you got to know when I want to step in and be independent. That's the type of man that I want. You got to know when I want to be told what to do versus when I don't want to be told what to do. And when I don't want to be told what to do, you just get out the way. Huh?
Last week I was speaking to a friend. She had just come from a date. At one point she told me that she prefers that the man pays on the first date. I didn't fully understand that. She's financially independent. She believes in equality. So I asked her, why not just go 50-50? She said, I'll offer to split once, but I like it if the guy insists and pays the first time. I'm happy to take the bill the next time. So I asked, do you usually meet the same guy again? She said, no. Most of these are one-time dates. So then why not just split? She said, if he asked me out, it's only fair that he pays. I asked her how often does she ask a guy out. Turns out not very often. She said it takes the fun out of a date if we sit and split there. So pay him back later? I don't know. I think sometimes even modern independent women like seeing men step into that provider role. But imagine if the guy has to pay on every first date. It becomes a burden too.
And what you're seeing a lot is a lot of these modern women are claiming that they're boss babes, they're strong, independent women. I'm a girl boss, all up and down my timeline, all up and down your timeline, all up and down social media. I'm this, I'm that. You can't stop me. I'm unstoppable. I'm a car with no brakes or whatever that says. I'm a skydiver. I sleep whatever it means. I don't know. The point is, I'm sure they're talking about being a boss babe. Great. You're empowered. You're a woman. You're fantastic. All of that stuff. Get your money. But the fact of the matter is, and statistics tell us that there's a lot of these modern women out there that are broke. They're in the group chat begging for money. Actually, they take it out of the group chat now. Now it's, I'm online begging for money. I'm looking for men who will just donate to me for no apparent reason. I have not given them any value. I'm not even their friend. I have not even so much as said hi to them. Send me $50.
There's two things that make a man approach faster than anything else. This is whether you're in a coffee shop, at a park, at a freaking gym, whatever it is. I interviewed 100 masculine men. I said, what is it that makes you approach? Like, what gets you to walk up to a girl? And these are the two things, head and shoulders above everything else. Number two, eye contact or other signals. So women, you are built, you're like, it's wired in you to know what to do in front of a man that's going to activate his hunter instinct, his initiator instinct to jump over hills and valleys and mountains to come to you and approach you. That could be eye contact for a little bit longer than usual. Eye contact with a smile is an amazing thing. If you're not getting approached by men, it is likely a direct correlation to how you're not having eye contact and smiling. That's literally the one thing that you need to do. But number one in this one was physical attractiveness. So if you combine the two, right? If you sink into your feminine, creating polarity with masculine men, right? By the way, if you're in your masculine energy and you're wondering why masculine men aren't approaching you, it's because you're in your masculine energy. So if you're in your feminine energy and you're making eye contact and smiling, chances are you're going to have to fend off these guys with sticks. All right, I've solved your dating life. You're welcome. And if you want the whole report that I got this from, comment a report below. I'll send it to you and follow for more.
I think modern women have to start understanding that you're not really the only one out here that has anything to lose. That's what a lot of these modern women do a lot of times, because they try to say things like, well, you know, it's not good to get married because I'm going to have to be a slave and a servant, and they go on describing all of the things, all of the terrible things that they have to come in contact with. Mind you, the man that they're with is paying all of their bills, pretty much. The man that they're with is paying for the dates. He's paying for a lot of the things that she wants. And she's still complaining. She's still complaining about what he isn't doing, what he'll never be, what he hasn't been thus far. Just completely ungrateful. At some point in time, you have to, y'all be in the mirror looking at positive affirmations. How come there's no positive affirmation to understand how to treat a man? You love yourself. You're beautiful. You is kind. You is strong. You is pretty. You is going to be nice today. You is going to be a good person. You is going to be respectful. How come y'all don't put that on y'all's mirror? How come y'all don't put that on y'all's list of affirmations? You is not going to be a jerk today.
Are you single?
Yes, I am.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Allison. I'm 26. Grew up around here in the lower mainland, but I am a dual citizen with Australia.
What's the kind of relationship dynamic that you're currently looking for?
I want to continue to travel, and having a partner to travel the world with is something I'm really looking forward to.
So what do you do for a living?
I'm articling in a law firm, but with the intention of being a sports and entertainment lawyer.
Very exciting. Okay, so are we looking for a man who's maybe equally as passionate about sports?
That would be ideal. Continue going to sporting events and maybe not having to pay for everything on my own. Anything from hockey, soccer, basketball. If anyone wants to go with me, I'd be happy to go.
What kind of values are you looking for in your future partner?
Someone with ambition, someone very family oriented. I'm very close with my family. Maybe someone who is also independent with a big group of friends. Two individuals that work well together as opposed to codependency.
But thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. This was fun.
You really see a lot more men moving away from relationships and moving away from drama, moving away from nonsense. A lot of men choosing to check out. A lot of men out here really honestly, truly, and intentionally searching for peace, right? And so a man could go from coming home to somebody that's disrespectful, coming home to somebody that's demanding, getting nothing, to a completely silent home, a completely silent existence. And while it may take some time to adjust, once a man is able to kind of simmer down and think straight, he begins to move in alignment or get back on track with what he was doing before he met you. And true enough, during the relationship, he was trying to say, okay, let me get her handled and let me go back to what I was doing. Let me go back to running down my goals, tracking my vision and trying to chase that vision down. But every single time he got back on track, here you come. Foolishness. Not allowing him to get back to where he needed to be in order to take care of you.
I love the fact that my presence irritates the out of some people. Y'all should have never gave me this power.
Women sure love accountability and to point that finger at someone else until it's pointed at them. And if that stings, good, because growth always does. You picked him, you chose to have children with him, and now somehow every problem in the relationship is his fault. You blow up on him, you disrespect him and talk down to him, and then just say, oh, that's how I am. No, honey, that's no accountability. And then you get these women who leave these men and say, oh, I'm Miss Independent, I don't need a man. You sure need that child support though, don't you? You'll be the first to complain that your man's not showing up for you emotionally, but then turn around and weaponize his emotions against him when he does try to open up to you. You say you're too busy to cook, to clean, to do these gestures for your man, but meanwhile, you can go do these wine nights, Target, Starbucks runs, scrolling social media endlessly. No accountability. So if you want a different outcome, you got to be raw and honest, look in the mirror, and tell yourself about the role that you play. Because your relationship won't get better until you get better.
Let me tell you something. You modern women got a man showing up for you for years. Doing your bidding, fighting off these other men that be dogging you out, simping for you. Ungrateful. Pretty much buy you anything that you want as long as he can afford it. And it ain't gonna put him out. That ain't the man that you want. Show up for you, be on the phone with you, gotta go to work early in the morning, gotta get up and go to the gym, need to be grocery shopping, on the phone with you. Had a business meeting, because some of these men are missing business opportunities. And you might sit up here and say, oh man, he an idiot for that. Maybe so. But he's trying to invest in you. And this is what men are trying not to do. See, I have this opportunity, but I'm trying to give you my time. And when y'all continue to waste a man's time, he says, you know what? I'm not missing no more opportunity. Well, you shouldn't in the first place. Exactly. But I did it because I thought you was going to be a good investment. And now that I know for sure, with 100% certainty, that you as a modern woman are not going to be a good investment, I'm going to be taking the business meeting every single time.
This is why you should stress him out. Stress him out because he's probably stressed you out before. Just a reminder, you should probably stress him out because when you stress out a guy, like, it makes them more inclined to like you. And they're like hooked. It's like drugs. He addicted, like drugs. Yeah, you should probably stress him out. But mainly, you should probably stress him out because, like, why not? It's not gonna hurt you. Like, the only thing that can hurt you is, like, being a writer to him. Because then he's gonna be like, oh, she's just kissing my ass goodbye. You're here to stress him out because sometimes you really gotta teach people a lesson
that you're a stressful person to be around, and if he wants his peace, he should get far, far away from you. Is that the lesson? And stressing him out doesn't make him like you more. It just causes resentment and anxiety. And also, oh, you should stress him out because he stressed you out before. If you seriously have that built up, like, resentment from his stressing you out once or twice, you need to have a conversation and work through that. Not get back at him. If you keep score like that, that's how your relationships fall apart. Also, you can have standards so you're not technically a doormat without stressing him out. Like, what in the immaturity?
A lot of these modern women, they're double-minded. That's why men don't really want to mess with them. Strong, independent one day, don't need no man one day. Female empowerment, women are the best one day. And then the next day, oh, my pinky is broken. I need help. Oh, it seems like a snake bit the back of my ankle. Need some help. Seems like a rat crawled up my butt. I'm not going to be able to do anything. Need help. That's what I was trying to tell you before. But you said you were strong and independent. You could just make a call. You could just make a call. Okay, little CEO. Go ahead and just make a call. You the godmother. Go ahead and do it. Until you can't. There was one woman that was talking about, man, I have all of these men on my roster. And when it's time for them to show up for me, none of them are available. Interesting. None of them can help me take this up my stairs. Why would they? You didn't even offer them any lunch. Just come do it for free. And there's a plethora of examples. Modern women are expecting men. I want to use your muscles now. I want you to help me and help me all day. While I sit up there and scream and holler at you, I'm not going to pay you nothing. I'm not even going to give you a drink of water. I got this hot water in my car. Do you want that? Have drink water that's been in there, sitting in the center console for 4, 5, 6 weeks under the seat with McDonald's fries sitting around it. Girl, get out my face, little ugly.
Okay, ladies, I'm going to let you in on something. Hi, I'm Melissa. I'm a matchmaker, and we're currently searching on behalf of one of our clients. When I say high level, I mean high level. He's a leader. He's built his life. He's solid, okay? He's not looking to be completed, but he is looking for alignment. So, naturally, with that being said, we have to be very specific about the woman. First and foremost, we are looking for a Christian woman who loves Jesus, who actually loves Jesus, right? Who has a real relationship with Jesus. We are looking for someone who desires to be a mother and a wife and sees that as part of her calling. We are looking for someone who takes care of herself, healthy, energetic, presence, that matters to her. Someone who is created, grounded, but feminine. There's substance to her, right? And I'll just say this because I know you guys are all wondering. He tends to be drawn to darker features, a little tan, a little brunette vibe, okay? A little brunette beauty. However, alignment always will win. So if that's you, or if you're ooh, wait, I have a friend. Message me, wife. Tell me a little bit about yourself. High-level men are not looking for attention. They are looking for the right woman. So if you feel called, this is your moment.
And also one day, modern women are going to have to figure out that if you're going to brag about making 6 figures, you're going to have to produce. You're going to have to produce. I'm a boss, babe. I'm a strong and independent woman. I don't need no man, But I expect a man to be a gentleman. And I expect you to be a nurturer. I expect you to give back to me what I give to you. If I'm pouring into you, I expect you to give that back to me. At some point in time, I would like you to take me on a date. Oh, well, that's not manly. I don't care what you say. I need you to reciprocate at some point in time. Get creative. Well, that's a woman's thing. No, because y'all do that same. See, what y'all would like to do is y'all would like to say, well, we got this day. Valentine's Day is going to be for women. No, it's supposed to be for couples, I thought. Because we both in love, right? Is it only me that is in love, or is it both of us? Well, then, you got National Girlfriend's Day or National Boo Thing Day or whatever, my birthday, and I got to get something for that. And you got to go all out all week, all month. And then Christmas come and I got to go all out for that. And there's a couple of other holidays in there. Did I say birthday? Got to go all, yeah, I got to go all out for that too. There's a plethora of things. And then that's on top of just because. And just because really honestly and truly needs to happen at least 3 to 4 times a month. So you're already getting quality gifts, quality dates, just because. And then your birthday, I got to go all out. Valentine's Day, I got to go all out. At some point, and then for all of that, what does a man get? Complaining. He didn't quite do it right, but we bringing him along. Bringing me along where? You need to catch up.
Here's a map of registered offenders in Los Angeles. All these individual little dots. I'm going to randomly click on one, and you get $1 million if you accurately guess the gender. You wouldn't take those chances in a hypothetical situation, so women aren't going to take those chances in real life. For women, it is all men until proven otherwise. While women can be on this list, and it's possible, it's not as probable. And that's the point here. If the small percentage of women who do it upset you, then why wouldn't the large percentage of men who do it upset you too? Because you're not an advocate against, you're an advocate against women. And that's exactly what makes you good guys so dangerous.
You really want to know why men are sick of hearing this message? It is because you said, quote, why wouldn't the large percentage of men upset you too? When men know, you know, we all know that it is not the majority of men. Even when you run the numbers, look, I did a quick Google search and you guys can check me on this, but I found that there are 750,000 offenders in the US. Let's say about 75% of them are male, because apparently Google says 25% are female. For a grand total of 562,000, the total male population is 165 million. When you do the math, that is 0.34% of males. So I think it becomes pretty clear that this message is purely to demonize men and doesn't really have anything to do with keeping women safe.
And a lot of these modern women, after they get tired of being strong and independent, they want to get mad at a man because he don't step in and he don't drag her by her neck to do the things that she once didn't want to do. I'm sorry. You told me that you didn't want that to happen. Well, stay out of my way. I ain't never gonna let a man tell me what to do. Da 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 da. But now that you're tired of carrying a load, you just want that man. See, what they think men are doing is they think that they think about it like the NFL, right? Where very few people get a chance. And so if one go, like you just got one waiting for that man to go down. I'm just waiting for my chance. That man don't even got to go down. Just switch me in. Just give me a chance. You go out there, you get burnt. Coach sit you down. Okay, coach, I'm ready to go. I'm really ready. Not even the next game. You ready to go in the next drive. After you got burnt, coach, you know, that was my first time in. Put me back out there again. They think that men are that desperate to date them. That's why they think, oh man, I can always get a man like that. No. How many times, let me say this. How many times do you see an all-star? Because that's what y'all are looking for. How many times do y'all see an all-star begging to get back out there? Nope. He's not going to do it. He will go to another team because I have that cachet. I can do that. Oh, you don't want to play me? Oh, you want to sit me down? You don't have but a hand, and you might call it a diva, and I can't argue with you. But you ain't got but a handful of times to do that. In the middle of the season, I'm requesting a trade. Kevin Durant. Requested a trade. Hey, all-star athlete requested a trade, and it's gonna be granted. It's gonna be granted. So y'all thinking that y'all gonna have this bench of all-stars that when one go down, the next one up? No.
So who do you think are the biggest enforcers of gender roles, men or women?
Men, because they're more dominant.
Yeah, but who typically pays on a first date?
Men.
Who's typically expected to approach?
Men.
Who typically buys the drinks at nightclubs?
Men.
Who typically gets down on one knee?
Men.
Isn't that all traditional male behavior?
I think a girl loves it, and a girl loves to be chased.
Once again, who are the biggest enforcers of gender roles, men or women?
It's a good question because women expect it when men don't want to do it all the time, but men get the benefit of going out of their way to do their gender roles.
So would you say that women are the biggest enforcers of gender roles? Would you agree with that?
No.
You said women expect it though, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, does a man necessarily have to expect a woman to do traditional things to be with him? Or?
Oh, nowadays, no. Women don't want to cook, clean, provide for the family. It's definitely different 2026.
So once again, how are women not the biggest enforcers of gender roles?
I don't think they're subtle enforcers. Like, it's expected.
Well, right, but you're saying that women expect men to be in their roles, but women don't want to be in their roles. So to me, that
Which
sounds
is sad.
like it is sad, but my point is, it sounds like women are enforcing gender roles more than men are. Is that true?
I guess that makes sense, yeah.
So if women are the biggest enforcers of gender roles, how are women not the biggest enforcers of patriarchy? The very thing they demonize men for.
I don't know. I'm in a healthy relationship, so I can't really speak on that.
When it comes to women having financial standards in dating, a lot of them don't see the issue that a lot of men have with them having said standard. I would wager that the vast majority of men would not be upset if a woman was like, hey, I make $300K a year. I don't want to date a guy who makes $40K a year because I would have to diminish my lifestyle to do so. Wouldn't be able to keep up with me financially, and it would be an uneven dynamic. The vast majority of men would have no issue with that. I think where the issue comes from is there are women being like, hey, I make $40K a year. I need to marry a man who makes $300K a year so they can uplift me from my lifestyle of poverty that I live in currently, that I got myself in. I mean, like, the situation's postured as like the man giving you life. I see videos about it all the time where it's really like, oh, like, you know, if that man can't give you the lifestyle that you would want, you should give yourself the lifestyle that you want. Yeah, like, women often find themselves in situations where men can give them lifestyles, and like, if you don't turn it down, I'm not going to hold it against. But it's just like, as an independent person, I would imagine that it's common sense that you build your own life, you build your own lifestyle. Particularly men are expected to build their own lifestyle, not necessarily have someone come along that's going to give them a lifestyle. So it's just weird to hear someone expect a handout in that kind of way. Like, if you make a certain amount of money and you're like, okay, I don't want to stoop down to anyone's level, that's a completely different discussion. But the thing is, that's not the discussion. The discussion is, I make a certain amount of money. I want someone who makes so much more than that to do these things for me. Y'all can like dress it up however you want, but when you isolate that concept, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Why do y'all think there's so many single people in the music industry? Because if they're not the OGs or people who came into the industry kind of already a couple, a lot of people in the music industry are single. I feel like the reason a lot of people in the music industry are single is because most people are what I call chasers. Everybody is chasing their dreams. So there's no time to pour into a genuine relationship. There's no time to like pour into a relationship and build it. I think that plays a role in it. Like the lifestyle, being focused and busy on our dreams all the time. And then you try to date people who aren't in the industry, but it's hard for it to work because, for example, I use me. I dated this guy and he would judge me for the fact that I didn't get up at 7 a.m. And I'd be like, I didn't get in till 9 a.m. Our lives were different. He would be getting off work and I would be pretty much just now going into the studio. Then you up all times of night, you know, out all times of day. Then when I'm on the road, I'm not getting back home till 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And unless you're a person who is dating someone who isn't necessarily in the industry and they can kind of conform to your lifestyle, it's different when like both of you are in the entertainment world because maybe you are both busy and at doing different things at different times, but you're both very busy. So what do y'all think? Why do y'all think a lot of people in the music industry are single?
Could you just hold me? Yeah. Sure. You know, it's the best. Which I think is also a part of, I see it in women in their 30s and 40s, and I just want to save them from it. Accepting the whole thing. And I made a commitment when I was 48, when a woman in a chorus said, it's my birthday at the microphone in front of 150 women. And I was like, happy birthday. And she said, I'm 37. I was like, yay. She's, you're supposed to say I look young for my age. Like, okay. And then I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like, why am I supposed to say that? Why do we care that somebody says that? And that's when it just like was obvious, right? That youth equals beauty. And we think we're going to lose our beauty by getting older. But I've been hanging out with men, right? And men talk about radiance. And there's a woman from Japan who said, is there a kind of beauty that every woman can have? Yeah. It's called radiance. It's the light that can come off of our skin and out of our eyes, and an honest to goodness smile, a real smile.
Okay, if you've ever had a guy say that he's just like too busy right now for a relationship, like he's not ready, this is exactly what this means. So he is waiting to be at a point where his finances are right, he's got the car, he's got the house maybe, he's got the nice job, he started a business, something like that, because he's waiting for that moment that he has leveled up so high that he can actually get the girl he wants now. So when he tells you that, it's taking as a sign that he doesn't want you because he's waiting to be in a stage of his life that he can actually get the girl he wants. So you really gotta believe him when he says it, babe, because it's really true.
Men can tell from day one what type of woman you are, and they put you in one of two categories. It's either potential long-term girlfriend, wife material, or it is something casual, like easy intimacy. And he does this very, very quickly. And one of the ways that he knows which category you go into is by his advances. So how quickly are you impressed by his advances? When he takes you on an extravagant date or buys you flowers, are you impressed? Are you like, oh my God? Are you going away and telling your friends that you think you found the one simply because he showed up and he was like a gentleman to you? Because if you are, he can feel that. This is when he's going to put you in the casual basket. A woman who is living from a healthy, secure, feminine woman, feminine energy is always going to be extremely open and grateful for a man showing up for her in a massive way. At the same time, she's not going to be impressed by it. Let me explain what I mean by that. It's like, when I met my husband, he was the most incredible, amazing man. He still is. Every single detail was flawless, was perfect. He was showing up full Prince Charming. And at the same time, I didn't lose myself in that relationship. I didn't make this mean, oh my God, it's my husband. I continued going about my own life. I had very clear boundaries with him around my time, around intimacy, like everything was very clear from day one. So I didn't meet this man who showed up amazingly and then fully lose myself in him. I paced the relationship and it went very slow. Even though we got engaged quickly, the entire relationship developed very slowly. So if a man is love bombing you, if he's coming on strong and then fizzling out, what I want you to reflect on is, where are you not pacing the relationship? Where are you showing up from a place of needing this man's validation?
Hi, I'm Jasmine Rose, and let me know if you agree with me on this. A lot of Australian women now ask, why don't men approach us? Well, honestly, it's because we told them not to. We said it was creepy. We embarrassed them. We rejected them, treated them like they were disposable. Men are too scared nowadays for those reasons. And now we're acting confused. Why don't men want long-term relationships? Same answer. Because we pushed them away. We raised the bar higher and higher. Money, status, looks, lifestyle. We basically told them to step up or piss off, while offering them far less in return. We expected effort, attention, money, but didn't always match it with respect and appreciation. So men adapted. They stopped approaching. They stopped chasing. Some of them have just checked out of relationships with Australian women altogether. You can't tell men to leave you alone and then be surprised when they actually do.
Before I continue this video, it says men are supposed to lead and not match the energy of a woman. And she about to explain it.
I saw this post that said men are supposed to lead, not match the energy of a woman. Well, you're not supposed to be a neither.
Exactly. Stop acting like a when a man is leading. Just shut the up.
So you can act that way, but he can't because he's supposed to lead? Aren't we supposed to like give each other the same energy? Right? Align each other, be good to each other. You can't be in a state mood and he has to be like, no, it's okay, babe. No, work on yourself.
Exactly, man. Let your woman know when she's wrong. Don't be saying, babe, I'm sorry and stuff like that. No. Because she's going to keep doing the same shit.
Work on yourself. Remember yes, they have to be able to create these safe spaces for us to jump in. But at the same time, you need to work on yourself to be able to receive it. Because if you're constantly still in this defensive mode, no one's going to be able to come and love you and be with you if you don't work on you.
Yes, ladies, just because your last man was a up, don't come up the next man's piece because you ain't healed. Go heal.
Work on you so they can feel safe to come into that space too, baby. We can't just be leaving it to them. No, you gotta fix my attitude. You gotta do this. What about you? Take accountability too, boo. Yes, they're supposed to lead, but we're not supposed to come with some nasty attitude that they have to excuse our behavior. No, we're not excusing this. No, get your together too.
You know why women have a hard time taking accountability? Because society don't tell them enough that they're f***ing up. Like men, we hear all the time. No matter what we do, we gonna hear that, yo, you f***ing up. But for women, another woman have to tell y'all that, and if y'all don't listen, you the problem.
The man is uncomfortable with approaching you and getting turned down, then how are you in your business? You get turned down all the time in your career. That's like a normal thing you have to get over. I've been turned down 1,000,000 times.
Ew, that's
you
a
have
whole nother
So that's
level
that's what I was
disgust.
thinking. Like you kind of like as a man in your career, you get used to being rejected. So like you should be used to it with women. And what are you going to stop trying now? Because then you're not going to be successful in your career. So if you think about it like that, like you should be comfortable with it's okay because you know a lot of if you make no shots, you're going to get nowhere. And some of the shots are going to turn into success.
I swear these women only sound intelligent to other women because this is an absolutely terrible analogy. First off, in business, your close rate is much higher than the close rate that men or the average man has with the woman. Secondly, when you're in business and getting turned down, it doesn't also come with a cup of humiliation, with a cup of social media blasting, with a cup of, oh, you're being a creep, without accusations of accusations. None of these things come with businesses and being turned down in business. And then the other thing is what's different in business is that this is a very small percentage of men that we're talking about that approach women, even in its heyday. The vast majority of men have never been the ones who approach women. That has never been a thing. And secondly, men don't necessarily need women's help on how to approach. We don't need a pep talk. Most men are not approaching not because they're fearful. Most men are approaching because they checked out. They're saying no more of this cat and mouse game with these delusional women. That is what's really happened with men not approaching women. It's very small percentage of men who aren't approaching because of fear.
Men pretend they're stupid, but they're not. Because I have to believe they have dated women. They have been in relationships with women that have told them loud and clear what they need from the relationship when he isn't giving her what she needs. He just ignored it. He devalued what she said. He devalued her, said she's crazy, she's impossible, she's high maintenance, etc. Men, no. They're not dumb. They're not dumb. They're not clueless. They don't lack that much emotional intelligence. You know what you need to do when you go to work. If you were in a job interview, you would know what the requirements are of a job for you to be a qualified candidate to hopefully get an offer. You know, even if you don't know the daily tasks of the operation, you know. See, men want women to spend the emotional labor to be the therapist, the life coach, the mommy, the hand holder. It's an emotional version of weaponized incompetence when they say, well, what can I do to be a better partner to women? You know what? Google that. Go to YouTube, read a book. You want women to take their time and pour into you and give you the attention because attention is validation. You already know what you need to do. You just don't want to do it.
A lot of these modern women want men to be on a perpetual sort of courting to where, I can understand, well, I want my man to bring me flowers, even after we stop, quote unquote, dating, even after we're in a relationship. But it's a little bit different because while, your man should take care of you and do all of the nice things for you, Modern women act as if they don't even know the man. Like he's somebody new. It'd be one thing, oh, this is my husband, but he still takes care of me. But modern women are acting like men who they're in a relationship with are perfect strangers. You got every single day, you got to start from the bottom, like I don't even know you, and talk to me, treat me like I don't even know you. That means expensive and extravagant things. Every single time that you see me, you got to go get the car and bring me in a car and stuff like. And mind you, this woman has never really moved out of, oh, well, I got you a t-shirt. Oh, I got you a baseball cap from the gas station. She's not moved out of that. You see, in the beginning, she might have, oh, well, let me take care of dinner now. But now when she gets familiar with you, oh, well, let me get you a ball cap from the gas station. You want a Snickers bar every so often? I was at work and I thought about you, and I bought you 3-month-old Butterfinger. I bought you an ice cream cone that's been sitting in the freezer 3 months now. That's the type of stuff that they do to men. But they want a man to be fresh. They want a man to buy me expensive bags, give me the soft life on command. You should be doing it regularly. You should be doing it without me having to even ask, but also when I request it, and specifically what I ask for. What kind of deal, I ask you again, what kind of deal is that? What kind of man would want to partake in that deal?